The alien doctors did not scream. They did not argue. They simply shut down her life support and left her in the snow to die. But they made one mistake. They left her on Earth. The night air was sharp and cruel. Cold wind moved through the empty city streets like a warning. Above the buildings, hidden behind thick clouds, a silver craft hovered without sound. It did not glow. It did not blink. It simply existed, watching. Inside that ship, 3 alien physicians stood around a transparent containment pod. The female inside was pale, her skin faintly glowing like dying starlight. Tubes ran along her arms. Symbols flickered across the pod's surface. "She is unstable," said the tallest doctor, its voice calm and metallic. "She adapts too quickly," another replied. "Her neural patterns are mutating beyond prediction." "She was designed to observe humans," the third said. "Instead, she is becoming like them." Silence followed. That was the real problem. The alien woman's fingers twitched weakly. Her eyelids fluttered. She was still alive. "Terminate field support," the tallest ordered. The pod dimmed. Frost formed along its surface. "She will not survive planetary exposure," one doctor stated. "Correct." The ship lowered a beam silently into a narrow alley below. The pod descended and opened. The alien woman fell softly into the snow beside a row of trash bins and a flickering streetlight. Then the ship vanished. No explosion. No sound. No guilt. Her breathing was shallow. Slow. Fading. 8 minutes later, a human named Marcus Vale turned the corner. Marcus was not a hero. He was not a soldier. He was a mechanic who worked long shifts repairing delivery drones. His jacket was worn. His boots were old. His mind was tired. He almost walked past her. Almost. At first, he thought she was some kind of art installation. Her features were too perfect. Her skin carried a faint silver glow. Her ears were slightly elongated. Her clothing looked grown rather than stitched. Then he saw the frost forming on her eyelashes. And he saw her chest rise, barely. Marcus froze. "Okay, that's not normal," he muttered. He stepped closer. Her eyes opened. They were not human eyes. They shimmered with faint light, like galaxies trying to survive inside glass. She looked at him. Not with fear. With confusion. Then her lips moved. "Help." The word was broken, distorted, but clear enough. Marcus did not think about governments. He did not think about consequences. He did not think about aliens. He thought about one simple thing. No one deserved to die alone in the cold. He pulled off his jacket and wrapped it around her. "All right," he whispered. "I don't know what you are, but you're not staying here." She was heavier than she looked. Her body felt warm in strange places and freezing in others. Small pulses of energy flickered under her skin like weak electricity. He carried her 6 blocks to his small apartment above his repair shop. If anyone saw him, they did not question it. In a city this big, people learned not to ask. Inside the apartment, Marcus laid her on his couch and turned every heater to maximum. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the lights flickered. His computer screen turned on by itself. Strange symbols filled the display. Marcus stepped back. "Okay," he said slowly. "That's new." The alien woman's body trembled. Blue light spread faintly across her veins. She whispered something in a language that sounded like layered echoes. Then suddenly, all electronics shut off. Total silence. Darkness. Marcus swallowed. Fantastic. He lit a small emergency lantern and sat beside her. Minutes passed. Then her breathing steadied. Her eyes opened again. This time, they focused. "You intervened," she said slowly. Her voice was smoother now, though slightly mechanical. "Yeah," Marcus replied. "That's usually what we do." She studied him carefully. "You are human." "Last time I checked." She blinked. "Why assist unknown biological entity?" Marcus shrugged. "Because you looked like you needed it." She processed that. Her expression shifted. That is, inefficient behavior. Marcus smiled slightly. Welcome to Earth. Her name, she explained slowly, was Lyra 7. She had been engineered, created, designed to observe humanity's environmental adaptability. Her species had monitored Earth for decades. Humans were considered chaotic, emotional, unstable, yet strangely resilient. Lyra 7 had been sent to study them. But something went wrong. I began synchronizing, she said quietly. With what? Marcus asked. With human neural patterns. Empathy. Improvisation. Curiosity without protocol. Marcus raised an eyebrow. That sounds dangerous. It was classified as contamination. He understood immediately. They thought you were becoming too human. Yes. Her voice lowered. They feared unpredictability. Marcus laughed softly. Yeah. We're good at that. Suddenly, Lyra's body stiffened. Her eyes widened. They are scanning. Marcus felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold. Who is they? My creators. Outside, clouds shifted unnaturally. A faint vibration moved through the air. Lyra looked toward the ceiling. They expected my termination, she whispered. If they detect survival, retrieval will occur. Retrieval? Marcus asked carefully. Disassembly. Silence filled the room. Marcus stood slowly. Well, he said, cracking his knuckles, that's not happening. Lyra looked at him with visible confusion. You cannot oppose them. Their technology surpasses your civilization by centuries. Marcus walked to his workbench and opened a metal drawer filled with tools, wires, spare circuits, and half-finished drone parts. He looked back at her. Maybe, he said. But we fix broken things for a living. Outside, the sky flickered faintly silver. Lyra stared at the human male who had no armor, no advanced weapons, no superpowers. Only stubborn eyes and grease-stained hands. You would defend me? She asked. Marcus did not hesitate. They left you to die, he said simply. That's enough reason. Lyra's internal systems pulsed irregularly. A new sensation moved through her processing core. Not fear. Not logic. Something warmer. Something human. Above the city, a silver craft shimmered back into view. Scanning. Searching. And for the first time in her engineered existence, Lyra 7 felt hope. Because the aliens made one fatal error. They underestimated humanity. And humanity had just decided to fight back. The alien ship returned at dawn. It did not crash through the sky or fire beams of light. It simply appeared, like a thought forming inside the clouds. Silver. Smooth. Silent. Marcus was already awake. He had not slept. Lyra sat cross-legged on the floor, eyes closed, her fingers hovering above the metal parts spread across Marcus's workbench. Wires, drone processors, scrap batteries, old radio transmitters, pieces of Earth's imperfect technology. They are narrowing the scan radius, she said calmly. Probability of detection, rising. Marcus tightened a bolt on a modified drone casing. Good. Let them look. Lyra opened her eyes. You misunderstand. Their sensors read atomic disruption patterns. My biological field is not subtle. Marcus smirked. Yeah, but neither is Earth. He turned his laptop around. The screen showed dozens of overlapping signals, radio waves, Wi-Fi networks, police scanners, satellite pings. Your people scan for clean patterns, he said. Precision. Order. Controlled energy. Lyra nodded slowly. Marcus tapped the screen. Welcome to the messiest planet in the galaxy. He flipped a switch. Outside, every wireless speaker in the building activated at once. Static burst through the air. Old Reuters rebooted. Broken neon signs flickered violently. Marcus had rigged every signal amplifier he owned into a crude interference web. Lyra's eyes widened. You are creating environmental noise. Exactly, Marcus said. If your signal is a whisper, I'll make the planet shout. Above the city, the silver craft paused. Its scanning beam flickered. Inside the alien vessel, 3 retrieval officers observed fluctuating data streams. Signal distortion detected. Source: planetary infrastructure, chaotic. Is the subject active? Indeterminate. The officers exchanged silent data pulses. Deploy precision probe. Back in the apartment, Lyra stiffened. They have launched a drone. Marcus grabbed a metal case from under his desk and opened it. Inside was a custom-built quadcopter. It was patched together, uneven, clearly handmade. You built that? Lyra asked. Yeah. Took me 6 months and 3 electrical fires. He handed her a headset. Can you interface with it? She hesitated. I have limited synchronization capability. Marcus grinned. Limited is enough. Outside, a sleek alien probe descended between buildings. It was shaped like a polished spearhead, humming faintly as it scanned windows and walls. Marcus launched his drone from the rooftop. It wobbled. It vibrated. It looked nothing like the elegant alien machine. But it climbed. Lyra closed her eyes and reached out. For a second, nothing happened. Then her pupils shifted into geometric patterns. I have partial control, she whispered. Marcus guided the drone manually while Lyra fed it subtle adjustments. The alien probe emitted a narrow scanning beam. Marcus's drone dove directly into it. The 2 machines collided in mid-air. The explosion was small but violent enough to send sparks raining down like metallic snow. On the alien ship, alarms flashed. Probe destroyed. By what? Unknown aerial device, primitive construction. The officers paused. Humans. Marcus let out a breath. Okay, he said. That felt good. Lyra stared at him. You destroyed advanced reconnaissance technology with recycled scrap. He shrugged. We built airplanes from wood once. For a moment, Lyra said nothing. Then she stood. They will escalate. Good, Marcus replied. She turned sharply toward him. You do not understand. My species does not lose. Marcus walked toward the window and looked at the faint shimmer in the clouds. Everybody loses, he said quietly. They just haven't met the right opponent yet. Hours later, the sky darkened unnaturally. Not from weather. From presence. 3 larger ships emerged from distortion, forming a triangle over the city. Lyra's breathing became uneven. They have authorized retrieval fleet. Marcus stared upward. Well, he muttered. Guess we're famous. Emergency alerts began buzzing across phones citywide. People looked up in confusion. Some filmed. Some panicked. Some simply stared. Humanity did what it always did first. It watched. Lyra turned to Marcus urgently. If they descend, they will not limit collateral damage. Marcus's mind raced. He was one mechanic. One apartment. One alien girl with unstable cosmic biology. Then something clicked. You said you were built for environmental modulation, he said. Yes. You can adapt to surroundings. Yes. He looked around his cluttered workshop. So adapt. Lyra frowned. Clarify. Marcus pointed at the city skyline. This planet? It's not fragile. It's loud. It's messy. It fights back. He placed his hand on her shoulder. Sync with Earth. Her eyes widened. That level of integration is dangerous. Marcus smiled softly. Yeah, that's kind of our thing. Outside, the alien ships began projecting containment fields. Energy grids formed in the sky like glowing cages. Humans screamed. Cars stopped. Power grids flickered. Lyra stepped onto the rooftop. Wind whipped around her. Marcus stood beside her. "Teach me," she said. Marcus blinked. "Teach you what?" "How humans resist fear." He thought for a second. "We don't," he said honestly. "We just move anyway." The ships fired a scanning pulse toward the building. Lyra closed her eyes. Instead of shielding herself, she reached downward. Into the city. Into the power lines. Into the underground trains. Into every chaotic, imperfect human system humming beneath the streets. She synchronized. Not with order. With chaos. The scanning pulse hit the building. And scattered. It fractured across millions of overlapping signals. Phone calls, streaming videos, traffic lights, broken antennas, radio stations, microwave ovens. The alien ships recalculated. Signal anomaly increasing. Source expanding. Lyra's body glowed brighter. She was no longer isolating herself. She was merging with humanity's noise. Marcus watched in awe. "That's it," he whispered. "Be unpredictable." The alien fleet attempted another scan. This time, the city responded. Not consciously, but collectively. Electrical grids overloaded in controlled bursts. Radio stations spiked random frequencies. Civilian drones launched automatically due to corrupted firmware. Hundreds of human machines filled the sky. Messy, uncoordinated, wild, but overwhelming. Alien targeting systems struggled. Human infrastructure behaving irrationally. Define irrational. Unstructured resistance. Marcus laughed. "That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about us." Inside the central alien command vessel, the lead officer made a decision. Withdraw. Clarify. Subject contamination risk now extends to planetary network. Retreat signals pulsed. The ships shimmered. Then vanished. The sky cleared. Clouds drifted normally again. Below, humans slowly lowered their phones. They did not fully understand what happened. But the ships were gone. On the rooftop, Lyra collapsed. Marcus caught her before she hit the ground. Her glow dimmed, but her breathing remained steady. "You linked yourself to the whole city," he said quietly. "Yes," she whispered weakly. "Humans are astonishingly disordered." Marcus smiled. "We prefer creative." She looked up at him, something new shining in her eyes. They retreated. "Yeah." For the first time in my species' recorded history, they retreated from a lower civilization. Marcus helped her stand. "Get used to it," he said softly. "We don't quit." Far beyond Earth's orbit, alien command vessels regrouped. New protocols were being written. Humanity was no longer categorized as primitive. It was now classified as unpredictable threat. And Marcus Vale, ordinary mechanic, had just helped prove one powerful truth. You don't need advanced technology to fight the stars. Sometimes, you just need heart. The aliens did not return for 3 days. That was what frightened Lyra the most. "They are not retreating," she told Marcus quietly. "They are recalculating." Marcus leaned back in his chair, staring at news coverage on his monitor. Every major network was replaying blurry footage of silver shapes in the sky. Experts argued. Governments denied. Conspiracy channels celebrated. Humanity was confused. But it was not broken. "That's fine," Marcus said. "Let them think." Lyra stood near the window, watching planes move across the morning sky. Ordinary planes. Human planes. Loud. Imperfect. Beautiful. "You do not grasp the scale," she said. "My creators command fleets capable of extinguishing civilizations." Marcus nodded slowly. "Yeah. And we're the species that split the atom before we figured out social media." She turned toward him. He continued. "We are reckless. We are emotional. We fight each other over small things. But when something bigger shows up..." He gave her a small grin. "We get creative." The alien message arrived that afternoon. Every screen on Earth flickered. Phones, televisions, billboards, satellite feeds. A single symbol appeared, sharp, geometric, precise. Then a voice filled the air. Human civilization. You are harboring unauthorized bioengineered property. Return the unit designated Lyra 7. Non-compliance will result in planetary sterilization. Silence followed. The message repeated in every known language. Marcus looked at Lyra. They're calling you property. Her hands trembled. I was constructed. Under their law, they are correct. Marcus stood. Under ours, he said firmly. You're a person. Across the world, humans reacted. Not with surrender. With outrage. Governments held emergency meetings. Military satellites shifted positions. Scientists began analyzing the transmission frequency. Hackers started dissecting signal pathways. The aliens expected fear. Instead, they triggered defiance. In a military bunker thousands of miles away, human engineers studied the alien broadcast. It's piggybacking on our satellite grid, one analyst said. Which means, another asked. It means it's using our infrastructure. A general leaned forward. So we can use it back. Marcus's phone rang. Unknown number. He answered cautiously. This is Dr. Amora Singh, United Earth Science Coalition, the voice said quickly. Are you with Lyra 7? Marcus froze. Yes. We intercepted localized signal anomalies during the first contact event. Your building was the center. He glanced at Lyra. Yeah. That was us. There was a pause. Then Dr. Singh said something unexpected. Good. We need your help. Within hours, Marcus and Lyra were escorted to a secure research facility. Lyra stared at the humans around her, scientists, engineers, technicians. They were not elegant like her creators. They argued loudly. They drank too much coffee. They scribbled equations on glass walls. But their eyes burned with determination. Dr. Singh approached Lyra carefully. We don't see you as property, she said gently. We see you as someone who was abandoned. Lyra processed the words. Her internal systems trembled again, not from instability, but emotion. Why assist me? She asked. Dr. Singh smiled faintly. Because that's what we do. Marcus folded his arms proudly. Told you. The plan formed quickly. If the alien fleet relied on structured scanning and controlled systems, humanity would weaponize chaos. Lyra explained alien fleet architecture, how command ships synchronized targeting systems through a central quantum relay. If disrupted, she said, fleet coordination collapses. Dr. Singh nodded. So we don't beat them with bigger weapons, she concluded. We make them blind. Marcus leaned over a table filled with satellite schematics. We flood their relay with unpredictable variables, he said. Not random, human random. Lyra tilted her head. Clarify. Marcus grinned. Emotion-based algorithms. The room went quiet. Dr. Singh's eyes widened slowly. You mean? Yes, Marcus said. We feed their precision systems something they can't calculate. Human creativity, music patterns, improvised jazz frequencies, social media chaos, billions of simultaneous human decisions mapped into signal noise. Lyra's breathing quickened. That would overwhelm predictive models. Dr. Singh smiled. Exactly. The alien fleet reappeared 2 days later. This time, they did not hover. They surrounded the planet. Hundreds of silver ships forming a cold ring in orbit. The ultimatum repeated. Return Lyra 7. Final warning. In the research facility, Marcus squeezed Lyra's hand. You ready? She nodded. For Earth. For Earth, he agreed. The signal launched. Every satellite dish. Every cell tower. Every fiber optic line. Every civilian drone and gaming console and radio antenna joined the transmission. Instead of a structured reply, humanity broadcast itself. Children laughing. Orchestras playing live. Gamers shouting in chaos. Poets reading verses. Arguments. Love confessions. Jokes. Millions of unscripted human moments encoded into raw signal streams. The alien fleet initiated relay synchronization. Then, error. Prediction variance exceeded thresholds. Coordination loss. Targeting grids desynced. Ships drifted slightly out of formation. Inside alien command vessels, officers stared at cascading system failures. What is this interference? Unclassifiable. Source. Human collective transmission. Lyra monitored the data, astonished. They cannot model it, she whispered. Marcus watched the orbiting fleet flicker. Welcome to humanity, he said softly. The alien commander transmitted one final message. Human civilization. You are inefficient, illogical, unstable. Marcus smiled. Thank you. There was a long pause. Then, assessment revised. Hostile conquest probability unacceptable. The silver ships began withdrawing. Not destroyed. Not defeated by superior firepower. But outmaneuvered. Out-improvised. Out-humaned. Within minutes, the sky cleared. The ring of ships vanished into deep space. Earth remained. Alive. In orbit, Alien Command logged a permanent update. Humanity. Classification. Not primitive. Not predictable. Not conquerable. Back on Earth, celebrations erupted. Not because humans had won a war, but because they had proven something deeper. They were not alone in the universe. And they did not kneel. Lyra stood beside Marcus on a quiet hill outside the city days later. You changed my species' understanding of the cosmos, she said softly. Marcus shook his head. No, he replied. We just did what we always do. And what is that? He looked at the horizon where the sun was rising. We adapt. Lyra felt something new settle inside her core. Not programming. Not code. Belonging. My creators engineered me to observe humanity, she said. And? Marcus asked. She smiled faintly. They underestimated the experiment. Marcus laughed. Yeah. Happens a lot. Above them, the sky was empty. But somewhere in deep space, alien civilizations were updating their files. Because a mechanic, a scientist, and billions of chaotic, emotional, creative humans had just sent a message to the stars. You can build fleets. You can master physics. You can command galaxies. But if you underestimate humanity, you will lose.